Friday in LA, they opened museums and gyms, which makes no sense to me at all. First of all, who needs to go to a museum? If I don't see a woolly mammoth statue stuck in sludge, what am I going to do? Go nuts? And secondly, who would go to the gym right now? I'm not going to the gym during a pandemic or after a pandemic. I'm just not going to the gym ever again. Donald Trump had quite a weekend. He put on a
All right, no, but seriously, I've always kind of wanted to do like a maybe commentary type thing with this channel, and right now it really seems like the perfect time to do this because there's something going on YouTube currently that just blows my mind, dude. It is just driving me crazy, and I feel like I need to talk about it. So, welcome to the very first episode of Tavern Talk with JG on JG's Gaming Tavern. Check it out. All right, so I will be probably the first one to tell you that I am probably biased here because I don't know why, but I really subscribe to Leafy's content. Like I really enjoy it, and I feel like it's humorous to me. And I know a lot of people are like, oh well, Leafy's content, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm too sophisticated. It's like, dude, it's just funny. Like okay, like some I don't know. It's a different kind of humor, I guess. Maybe you don't get it, but I do, right? And so maybe I'm biased in this. So, but I'm gonna try my hardest to be unbiased as I go through these things that we're gonna watch and the rest of this video. The reason that this concerns me and this worries me, and the reason I feel I have to talk about it, is because I really hate when all of a sudden, just for some weird reason, they just take something away like that, especially content that I'm enjoying, content that I watch. Okay, now whether I like Leafy and other people don't, that's besides the point. The point to me is that right now you go ahead and take Leafy away just because you feel like some kind of way about his content. And then what's next? What's like you're gonna go ahead and take away Moist Critical? You're gonna ban Moist Critical, and then you're gonna ban Keemstar. Then what? All we're gonna be left with is Ethan fucking Klein.
Leafy come back. I would love to see Leafy come back and try to exist in the landscape today. Like, the content that he was making would never fly on YouTube today, and you have to adapt and overcome the fact that, like,
now you just gotta be fucking boring.
So let's just call it like it is, right? The reality of it is that this is a slippery slope. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Moist Critical and the rants that he went on with the what was it, Goop series that Gwyneth Paltrow had on Netflix. Now, before I actually get into this, I just want to make sure to state that I am a big fan of Moist Critical. I am a big fan. I love what he puts out. I love the information that he puts out. I love when he's funny. I love when he's informative. I think he's great, all right? And that's why I'm concerned about this whole situation. So Critical put out a hilarious series talking about Gwyneth Paltrow's series on Netflix called The Goop or something like that, where she just basically like encouraged these pseudoscience different methods for like curing diseases or being less stressed, all these different kinds of things. And he made these funny videos about like saying like, what does Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina smell like? Gwyneth Paltrow is insane and Goop is hurting everyone and smelling Gwyneth Paltrow's orgasm, right? So these are critical of Gwyneth Paltrow and that show. Now, it's a series, so it could be misconstrued at any point in time, and that is why this is scary. It's important to understand that YouTube is a private company and they do reserve the right to have whatever they want on their website, and they can remove and encourage certain things. They could do what they want with their site. It is a private business, right? But the scary thing about this whole situation is that from what I've understood so far, there was no strikes before. Leafy had no strikes. According to the terms and guidelines, you're supposed to get 3 strikes before you actually get banned. So he had no strikes. He had gotten some strikes before, but they were squashed. That whole situation was squashed. It was gone. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's just banned. What is interesting about this situation is the war between the Twitch streamers and the YouTube commentators now, right? Because you got like these Twitch streamers that are just super content. They're super happy that Leafy has been banned, and they're, ecstatic, and they're saying that it should have happened ages ago because he's a bully. I feel like these Twitch streamers fail to understand 2 things. The first being that Leafy, to about 4.9 million people, meant something. He was entertaining to them. It was a form of entertainment that some people enjoyed. So for YouTube to just get rid of it, that's a big deal. And it can also transfer on to Twitch. Now, just because you're boring on Twitch and people still subscribe to you and watch you because of the game that you're playing, or because you're watching YouTube content that's entertaining to them and they want to watch it with you and chat in your chat box, then, that doesn't mean that you're actually entertaining just because you're being PG-13 or whatever. For example, take a look at this tweet right here underneath Leafy's Night Survived post or tweet, right? So this guy Isaac said, "Mad respect for all the laughs you've given me through rough times, man. Can't even see myself watching YouTube if it's not me constantly checking your channel every week for a new video. Your videos just hit differently and were extremely fun to watch. Hope you get unbanned." On one side, you have guys like Kavos who are actually, concerned about this, as they should be, and they're putting out things such as, no matter how some of these Twitch streamers try spinning it, please remember criticism does not equal harassment. And I completely agree. I mean, especially if it's comedy, if it's comedic. I mean, what's next? Are they going to start banning comedians and getting rid of comedians just because, when they improvise or when they do short shows, like they target their audience and they make fun of their audience a little bit, poke fun at the guys, you know what I mean? And somebody gets offended, an audience member, and all of a sudden, you know what? Hey, fucking band police come in and just go ahead and take this guy off stage. You can't finish his show. On the other side, you got dummies like this guy, Ass Mungold, who say things like, "Hopefully the Leafy ban is only the beginning of YouTube taking action on channels whose content is primarily at the expense of others. Harassment veiled as criticism."
Like I made like a joke about like the Special Olympics or something like that, and I thought like an hour later I was like, it's kind of an asshole thing to say, and so I just apologized for it and moved on, right? But like, as a general rule, I don't apologize for anything unless I'm genuinely sorry for it.
Yeah, I think that your Special Olympics joke may have been a little under mentioned. I don't think I mean, come on. Let's take a look at this. Take a look at this.
Opinion. As soon as I realize that a person is mentally unstable in even the slightest way, I immediately ban them and cut them out of my life entirely. Like I don't deal with mentally unstable people. Like that's all there is to it. I do not deal with them in any way, shape, or form, right? They're disgusting.
And I'm sure that this is not the first time that this man has poked fun at somebody or said something inappropriate, and then refused to apologize about it, okay? If he doesn't think that it's important to apologize for saying things like that, then why is it so justified that Leafy's content is banned? Because Leafy actually thinks about the things that he says, he writes them down and, puts them on a YouTube video and then edits it, comedy. And you just kind of have them up there in your head and spew them out during a Twitch stream and hate. If somebody sees it, they see it, and if somebody misses it, they miss it. What's happening here is not okay, and I'm not going to go on the rant and say that, YouTubers should band together and they should defend Leafy and all these kinds of things, because You know, they don't necessarily have to, but like, what I just want to make clear that what is happening here is bad. This is not good. It is not okay that YouTube can just go ahead and ban channels, entire channels with hundreds of videos, just at the drop of a dime like that. That is not okay. Comedy is subjective, and at the end of the day, if you enjoy it, then you should be able to enjoy it. And if you don't, then just don't. It's simple as that. Anyway, guys, if you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. If you like the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can see more stuff like this, hopefully, and give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it a lot. Also, I do plan on making my videos a little bit more humorous, although this one was a little bit more on the serious side just because I'm kind of passionate about this. But it was to inform you. I want to get you guys' opinions on this, so if you do have an opinion, and you know, go ahead and put it in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this whole situation, if you think it's right or if you think it's wrong. And I'll catch you guys on the next Tavern Talk, hopefully.